During this pandemic, everyone should work together to break this chain of transmission. But how? As for businesses, they should always make sure that their operations comply with the SOPs. For example, employees and customers must maintain a social distance.
You need to clean and disinfect all surfaces and objects. Remember these 4 steps: wipe, spray disinfect, wait for 20 seconds, and then clean.
Measures of government during COVID-19. The government provides Malaysia with free COVID-19 vaccine. High-risk groups are given priority for vaccination.
imposes penalty for COVID-19 SOP violations. For example, individuals that fail to wear a face mask for the first time are being penalty of 1,500.
Individual responsibilities during COVID-19. Self-quarantine. Stay at home if you are feeling unwell or have been in close contact with a COVID-19 patient.
Everyone should get a COVID-19 vaccine. Getting the vaccination will prevent you from getting coronavirus. Let's fight the COVID-19 together.
Selamat pagi. Salam sejahtera, salam UMS, Kampus Rahmah. Welcome to the 11th Postgraduate Colloquium of the Faculties of Business, Economics and Accountancy 2021 with the theme Cultivating Research Culture. This colloquium will be held for 2 days, and on behalf of the faculty and organizing committee, we welcome and encourage everyone to participate in these 2 days colloquiums. Please, without further ado, we will start our colloquium now. Dr. Arif Kamisan Pusiran, Deputy Dean of Students Affairs and Postgraduates, Faculty of Business, Economics and Accountancy, University Malaysia Sabah. Professor Dr. Rosita Shapawi, Dean of Postgraduate Center, University Malaysia Sabah. Professor Dr. Kasim Haji Mat Mansur, Dean of Faculty of Business, Economics and Accountancy, University Malaysia Sabah, academic staff, and students. A very good morning and welcome. Before we move on, let us begin with the recitations of Doa that will be led by Mr. Ujin Majin.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahillazi بنعمته تتم الصالحات والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا الأمين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, sesungguhnya kami berhimpun pada pagi ini menadah tangan bagi menyatakan kesyukuran di atas kurniaan-Mu yang tidak ternilai. Jadikanlah kami hamba-hamba-Mu yang sentiasa bersyukur sama ada nikmat yang sedikit, lebih-lebih lagi nikmat yang melimpah ruah kepada kami. Ya Allah, Ya Ghani, Ya Hamid, berkatilah dan rahmatilah program Colloquium Pasca Siswaza FPEP 2021 pada pagi ini. Semoga program seumpama ini mampu memberi manfaat yang berguna, bukan sahaja kepada peserta, bahkan kepada masyarakat.
Thank you, Mr. Ujin Majin, for the recitations of Doa just now. Without ado, I welcome Yang Berusaha, Dr. Arif Kamisan Pusiran, the Deputy Deans of Students Affairs and Postgraduate to give a welcoming speech.
Thank you, Dr. Juliana. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera. I would like to take this opportunity to extend a very warm welcome to all participants of the 11th Postgraduate Colloquium 2021 with the theme Cultivating Research Culture. Congratulations to our participants who will be presenting their research progress. The high quality of the researcher abstract herein reflect thinking and focus on a journey to become expert in their particular field. Their contribution make this colloquium an outstanding event and a showcase of the strength and focus of research carried out by the post-graduation, where presenters are given 3 minutes to present their research. It is hoped that this approach can polish the presentation skills of our postgraduate and to prepare them for their thesis examination presentation. The current colloquium also serves as an intersection of knowledge for postgraduate students at the faculty to get fresh ideas and gain new information in the relevant field. Feedbacks received from the audience as well as panel are essential to developing good academic research. I wish to express my sincere gratitude to our distinguished speakers and colleagues who have agreed to chair the panel session as well as supervisors for their time to attend this colloquium. I would also like to acknowledge the contribution and effort of the organizing committee. This colloquium would not be possible without the combined collaborative efforts and enthusiasm of individuals from FBEA. Last but not least, I hope that this kind of academic activity will continue to flourish in the future, widen our relationship, academic network, and develop individuals for the faculty as well as society in general. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Arif, for the welcoming speech. To officiate the colloquium, I would like to welcome Yang Berusaha, Professor Dr. Kasim Haji Mat Mansur, Dean of Faculty of Business, Economic and Accountancy, University Malaysia Sabah, to give an officiating speech.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang berusaha Dr. Beatrice and Dr. Rosili Asid, both our Deputy Dean of the Faculty, respected keynote speaker Puan Sharija Chishari and Dr. Borhan Abdullah, and all my beloved postgraduate students. I'm delighted and honored to have this opportunity to welcome all participants to the 11th Postgraduate Colloquium 2021, organized by the Faculty of Business, Economics and Accountancy. The theme of the colloquium this year is Cultivating Research Culture, and it corresponds with the current situation. This event therefore aims to bring our postgraduate back together in communicating their research experience to colleagues and lecturers in the faculty. I hope that this will provide a supportive environment for all to stay motivated during candidature and in ensuring that the research culture always flourish in the Faculty of Business, Economics and Accountancy. I encourage all of you to make the most of this two-day colloquium by getting involved in as much as possible in many panel discussions as possible, both as presenters as well as the participants. To conclude, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the organizing committee for their commitment in organizing this colloquium. Congratulations to all postgraduate students for your participation in this colloquium and for dedicating your time of your research that I believe will bring positive long-term impact to the faculty and the society. I wish you all a productive, fruitful, and enjoyable colloquium. With that, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Yang Berusaha, Professor Dato, for the officiating speech. Now, we'll be having a photo sessions. I would like to request everyone to switch on your video. We will have our committee to capture the photo. So we have our committee to stand by.
Okay, one, smile, one, two, three. One more, I go page by page here because there are many participants. So second page. Okay, okay, one, two, three. Okay, we go to the third page. Just give me 1 second. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Borhan, for the for capturing the moment. Moving on, I welcome Madam Sarija Chesari to give her keynote speech. Madam Sarija will be sharing on the topic, the EBB and flow of research students. Before Madam Sarija take over, I am very pleased to share with everyone on her personal background. Madam Sarija obtained Bachelor of Law from UKM and Master of Law in International Business and Company Law from Norwich Law School, University of East Anglia, UK. She has had working experience of the headquarters of Labour Department of Peninsular Malaysia and Sarawak Labour Department prior to joining legal firm. She is currently a senior lecturer teaching company law, employment law, hospitality law, and occupational safety and health. She has trained or lectured for private company and government entities such as SME Corporation, SETCO, Ministry of Tourism and Culture, Sabah Labour Department, to name a few. She is also a consultant to Malaysia Productivity Center MPC. Her working experience has provided her with a deep insight and exposure on issues and challenges.
First, let me share my screen because I am not familiar with WebEx. Okay. Can you all see my screen? Okay, hang on a second.
Not yet. When?
Okay. Hang on. Okay. Now, can you all see my screen?
Yes, it's loading now. Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's clear, yes.
Okay. Okay, first of all, okay, bismillah. Okay, very good morning to all of you. Okay, first, before I start, okay, I would like to thank, okay, the dean of the school, the dean of the faculty, the deputy deans, and also the team of 11th Colloquium, and also I would like to invite Prof. Dati Mariati to come over, but it was just a small tour. We had it in third floor, and at that time I only have one staff to help me, okay, because we were very small at that time. So, but luckily I remember Dr. Juliana was there to help me, Juan Ida, and okay, for those who I did not name, I'm very sorry, but I have help from my friends, okay, from my colleague in organizing the very first colloquium. Okay, so, and I'm very happy to see that it has been an ongoing annual event for our faculty. Okay, and okay, before I continue, okay, first of all, I'm I'm at awe. Why am I being invited? But anyway, thank you for the invitation. Okay, but I'm still puzzled. Why me of all the people? Okay, so but since I'm being entrusted, so I'll just try to do my best. What I can do, okay. This is not like it's just like a sharing session. Okay, where we can learn from one another. Okay, so because I know that others, okay, at faculty they have more experience, they have vast experience, and they are more, I would rather say, more appropriate, okay, to be addressing you guys, okay, today. But thank you anyway. Okay, so why I chose the title "The Ebb and Flow of a Research Student." Okay, this is okay. I think every one of us had gone through this. Okay, we have ups and downs in our life. Okay, we have ups and downs in doing PhD. Okay, and what is ebb? Okay, so ebb is just like the tide. Okay, so when the tide drains away from the shore, that's the ebb. But the tide will always come back to the shore. So that is incoming. Okay, that's the incoming phase. When Dr. Juliana, how much time do I have?
You will have around 1 hour, Puan Sarija.
Okay, thank you. What am I going to talk for an hour? Okay, so, all right. So being a research student, okay, you cannot run away from, okay, all these books, the articles, okay, the reports and so forth. If you are not into reading the reports, analyzing the literature, then I would rather say that you are not supposed to be here. Okay, but that is okay. That's why a picture here is worth 1,000 words. Okay, So, and that leads to my next slide. Let us be for being a master's and research student. Second, so what's the cash for it? Okay, and then, and what is the reward towards the end of our journey? Okay, so these are the these are the points that I would like you guys to ponder. Okay, just give like a few minutes to ponder. Why are you here? Okay, are you here because your parents, okay, for those who are still young, the young ones, is it because you are forced by your parents? Or is it because there are no jobs available? Or is it because you, okay, you know where your career path is going, so you would like to be part of it. And for the not so young ones, okay, if I think there are many who are not that young ones, okay. So again, coming back, okay, to the same question, why are you here? Because the not so young ones, okay, most of you have your family, okay. So I'm not trying to say that family is a burden, okay, but it adds flavor to your PhD journey, okay, unlike the young ones, those who do not have family commitment. Okay, is there anyone who forced you to study at a gunpoint? Okay, so I don't know the answer. It's you who's going to answer this, okay? And again, okay, why do you pursue and so forth? Okay, okay, so we will go one by one, okay? So hopefully that there will be some lesson learned from my talk today. Okay, this is okay. Okay, this is okay. I got it from okay. Postgraduate. Okay, so this is a typical PhD brain. Okay, and for my colleague, okay, those who have already earned their doctorate, maybe you can concur with me, or you can even refute, or you can even rebut. Okay, what the okay. This is the very typical PhD or I would say PhD including masters by research. Yeah. So we have now let's see. Our social life will be at it's just a tiny dot because once we have commit ourselves to PhD or masters by research, therefore we have to really manage our time. So part and parcel of our trade is our social life. Okay, and see the bulk here is our thesis. Our thesis preoccupied most of our brain. Okay, in Malay, makan ingat thesis, tidur ingat thesis, semualah ingat thesis. Macam bercinta. Okay, I believe that's what you are facing now. Okay, so and then okay, so okay, then you have to okay. Some of you will resort to caffeine, okay, to make you asleep. Okay, but for me, I don't believe in that because I don't take coffee. Okay, but there's no harm if you want to take coffee, then by all means, okay. But for me, what I deprive most is my good sleep. Okay, because I always go to sleep very early in the at night. Okay, I normally go to sleep at 9 p.m. But okay, when I'm pursuing for my PhD, okay, I have to sacrifice a bit, but not I cannot stay up too late. Okay, because it will affect the day after, okay, the next day. So now, okay, apart from that, okay, okay, When I first came back from UK, okay, when I was appointed as the postgraduate coordinator, so I remembered at that time, Prof. Datuk Kasim was the then dean of the faculty. So when he appointed me again, I was at awe. Why me again? So I noted that there was no lounge for the postgraduate students. There was no postgraduate room and so forth. Okay, so I told Datuk Kasim, Alhamdulillah, I did not even get a room. I get the whole floor, the third floor for postgrad students, and also, okay, Datuk assigned one postgraduate room for the ladies and the other one for the gentlemen. Okay, and it remains until now, even though we are facing shortage of lecturers' room. Okay, and why I go for that? Why I ask that from Datuk? Because if you are doing masters or PhD by research, you are very lonely. It is such a lonely journey. You are on your own. Okay, so and especially many of you are doing on part-time basis. Okay, so you do not have the chance to meet other other students. Okay, but for those who are full-time, at least you can make use of the rooms. Okay, that the faculty has have provided. Okay, so I know the top 5, but there was no such facilities. Okay, and what if you want to doing masters or PhD by research? We refer to a lot of books. Okay, so if we do not have a specific space, then we have to bring back all those books, okay, day in and day out. Okay, so that might be an hindrance factor for us. Okay, but Alhamdulillah, okay, Dato and the faculty agreed to that, and as I said, okay, provided those rooms, and I believe many of you are still using the room until today, but for COVID. Okay, so okay, when you are in the same room, okay, so I put, even though here it's stated as jealousy, but I would rather say it's not jealousy, it's more about competition, healthy competition with one another. Because if you see someone is moving to the next level, then of course you would like to be at par with your friend. Okay, so this is what I said as healthy competition. Okay, but of course, okay, when we are doing masters or PhD by research, okay, we are in the counting region in terms of when is the next public holiday, when is the next semester break, and so forth. That is undeniable. And there are times whereby we have to sacrifice family get together, family reunions, and so forth. Okay. And of course, here, okay, and currently, I think it started since 2015, whereby research students and research postgraduate students are required to present in a conference and also publish paper. So that at I would rather say it's a misery, but I would rather say that that's challenge to graduate for our PhD. So, but they have already give us the list. Okay, if you go to conference, you get 0.3. If you publish in Scopus, you get 1 mark. If you publish in cited journals, you get 0.6 marks. So we do the calculation ourselves. So it's more like self-regulation. Okay, so it's very, I would say it's very transparent. Okay, so and okay, when I started my PhD, just to share with you, at ICOL, we call it ICOL, Anwar Ibrahim Kuliah of Law. I had to attend weekly classes, yeah, over the weekend. So I have to fly from Sabah to Kuala Lumpur every. We will go to our class by 7. Okay, so and then the class finished at 10, and then depends. We will rush back to KL because our flight is the next morning. Normally the first flight. Okay, so in my class, in my PhD class, there were many the not so young ones. Okay, I recall the very first day we were introduced. I was quite in a way shocked to see a very prominent lawyer in Malaysia. And to me, what is this lady doing in the class? Okay, so she Datuk Kamalia, she has her own firm. She's a very prominent lawyer, and she's also a politician as well, you know. So when I got to know her, then I asked her, Datuk, what makes you pursue for your PhD? And then her answer, at that time she was already 63 years old. Okay, so you see, age is not a hindrance factor as long as you have the will. So when I asked Datuk Kamalia what makes her pursue for PhD, when she has her own legal firm, when she is already at that kind of status, you know, then the answer that she gave me was that for the past 30 years, I've been lawyering and I've been doing a lot of cases concerning family matters. And I know the loopholes in the law, but nobody listens to me when I propose the changes in the law because I do not have PhD. So with my PhD, it is not for glory, it is not for money because she already has that, but it is more to manage your time, so I'm not going to blabber on the marriage whatsoever, but all I can share with you is that I had my first son when I was in I had my first child when I was in my second year at the university doing reading law. When I was reading law, then I had my master. When I did my master's, I had my my third child. So while doing the thesis, my baby was on my lap. So again, the support from the family really important. So these are the things that we have to consider. And maybe all of us can say that, we are very stressful, blah blah blah, but remember, who forced you to study? Nobody, right? So it's your own free will. Is it for fame? So is it for monetary gain? Or is it when it comes to fame, would you be very, how should I put it? When you have your PhD title, would you like to flaunt it to everybody that, hey, look here, I'm a PhD holder, so meaning that I'm above everybody, I'm very clever here. If possible, I would like to have it stamped on my forehead that PhD. So if people did not address me as PhD, then I will start to, I'm doctor, please. So is that what you're looking for? So the answer is, as I said, from time to time, is only you. But I believe, from the religion perspective, okay, for the Muslims, okay, we are required to seek knowledge, okay, until our last breath. And we are, okay, even our Prophet said that, tuntutlah ilmu sampai ke negeri China. Okay, at that time from Saudi to China was very, very, I mean, the distance with the travel that they had to go through and so forth. So it's very, very, you know, a very distant place, you know, so unlike today, but still, okay, our Prophet said, tuntutlah ilmu, study, okay, continue study, even to China, okay. So why China? Why not, okay, Europe? Okay, because China at that time, it was the, I mean, developed, okay, the most developed nation, okay. So that's why we are. Okay, so now monetary gain, okay, it's no doubt that when we have your PhD, you will, okay, the monetary gain will come along. But I would just like to share with you the ugly fact of Malaysian PhD. There are many Malaysian PhD now who's without job. They are jobless. Are we going? They have, some of them are highly qualified. Okay, but because of there are no jobs available. So that's why they have to resort to job that is below their qualification. They are underpaid and also, okay, okay, I mean, and also that is why some of them, okay, migrate to other countries and they are doing well. Okay, so these are the things that we need to consider, meaning that if you are solely thinking for monetary gain, that is something that might not be happening at the moment. Again, depends. Okay, when I said this, I'm not going to put you off from pursuing your study, and always be humble, even though you are, okay, maybe in 30 years from now, you are getting emeritus professor, doctor, Tan Sri, whatsoever. Always be humble, okay? Because when we die, we will not going to bring all this title, all these, you know, properties and so forth. Okay, for the Muslim, when we die, we will only bring along with us amalan kita, okay, what we did, okay, and also, okay, kain kafan, yeah. Okay, so next, okay, is there any shortcut or leeway for your master's or PhD? Can you outsource? You pay 40K or up to 100K, okay, then you get your master's, you get your PhD. Would you rather do that? And I noted that sadly, though, it's happening in Malaysia. Yeah? It's happening in Malaysia. Why I said that? Because, okay, in the Viva, we noted that, okay, the students cannot even answer our question. If, okay, come on, you are doing masters for 2 years, PhD at least 3 years. It's your baby. How can you not knowing your baby? Okay, so, but I know, okay, the outsource, okay, there are many, okay, some of these people, okay, who are doing thesis for others because they do not have jobs. Okay, they might be PhD holders, but because they are out of jobs, so in order to get by, okay, on month-to-month basis, day-to-day basis, so they have to resort. But this is very, very unethical. Okay, and very unethical. Okay, so it's, okay, your integrity is questionable, and if you're Muslim, rezeki yang you have good okay, you have a happy family, happy workplace, and so these are all rezeki also. Okay, and okay, another thing that I would like to share with you, okay, for those who intend to outsource or who have okay, contemplating in outsourcing their master's or PhD thesis, if you are being found, if you are caught, yeah, the university okay, can charge you under academic dishonesty, and you will be brought to the academic tribunal. Okay, academic dishonesty is akin to cheating. Okay, kalau cakap cheating macam tak best kan, cakap academic dishonesty tu macam bunyinya wow. Tak nampak lah salahnya. But I would rather say it's cheating. You are a cheater. Okay, so now the problem is that, okay, what happened? What is the outcome of the tribunal? Okay, let's say if you are found guilty, okay, okay, academic dishonesty is taking place, okay, I mean, in terms of plagiarism, okay. So what more to say when you outsource? Okay, so now the issue is that when we put your thesis and the resources which you had copied from, if the similarities are great, that amounts to academic dishonesty. Apart from when we find out that you outsource from somebody. Okay, what happened in IUM, okay, not in my faculty, not in ICO, not in the faculty of law, but in one of the faculty, but this situation involving undergraduate students, okay. So during pandemic, okay, as we all know that, okay, the students, okay, they have continuous exam and so forth and so forth, okay. So to the dismay of that particular lecturer, the lecturer managed to, to discover about 16 students having the same answer. So what did they do? So they withhold the result, and they have to resit for exam. Okay, so that is the action taken by IIUM. Okay, so I don't know here. It's just that because they do not want to compromise the quality. The problem is that when we compromise with the quality, what will happen to our next generation? Let's say you're in business school, of course, okay, but let's say an engineer who obtained his engineering degree because of outsourcing or because of academic cheating. Yes, he obtained his degree, but would he be able to apply what should be done in construction? Okay, what is the proper an example of how the negative effect of being unethical, and also the result from the tribunal, the academic tribunal, when you are being charged for academic dishonesty, the result will be channeled to your employer if you are currently working, even though you pay yourself, even though you are self-sponsored. What more to say if you are being sponsored by other organization? The university has the right to convey the outcome of the tribunal to your sponsor. And what will happen? They might revoke your scholarship, and for those who are working they might terminate. Okay, or if they don't terminate, you and you're caught. So in this situation, okay, it may amount to, okay, they may lower your rank to maybe executive whatsoever. Okay, so the effect is great, is very grave, very serious. Okay, so what more to say there here after effect? Okay, so now when you talk about leeway or shortcut in doing research and PhD by research, okay, there are many apps nowadays. Okay, and I believe that our faculty, okay, under I remember I was invited by Dr. Arif, okay, to give a talk on. I remember I gave a talk on scholarship. Okay, that was somewhere in March. But how many turn up? Only 16 students turn up. And I purposely, okay, held that scholarship training on Saturday just to give way for those who are working. But okay, I'm not going to, to blabber here. It's just that I think the school had done what it should do. Okay, because we have series of talk, okay. So, and I noted there are many others, okay. I remember, if I'm not mistaken, Dr. Jaratin gave a talk on Mandeli and so forth, okay. So, but, okay, how many students actually turn up? Do you value or not the hard work of Dr. Arif and Puan Elizabeth and the speakers? Okay, so please, whenever Dr. Arif arrange for the talk, even though there is no term as, okay, you do not find wajib hadir. I noted in Malaysia, okay, because you are being ingrained since you were young that you only turn out for talks whatsoever when there is a word wajib hadir, compulsory. Only then you turn up. If there is nothing, then you say, Allah, it's okay, you don't have to come, it's not compulsory. If doing all these courses, as I used to attend, I have to pay roughly about scholarship is about, no, scholarship is very simple. Like Atlas TI roughly is about 800 a day. Mandeli is about, okay, a few hundreds, okay, but there are other companies who are doing cheaply nowadays, about 100 to 200. So, but our faculty did it for free. So, for those who have yet to attend all these trainings organized by the faculty, please do so in the near future. Okay, so when it comes to reference management, okay, I noted that how sloppy you are. And if you were to use Mandeli, then you will, okay, you will solve the problem of missing this, the articles that you have cited. Okay, I use EndNote. Okay, I bought the software, okay, EndNote, okay, but because EndNote is more friendlier to law students, okay. So now, okay, so please make use of these, okay, apps. So when it comes to literature review, okay, so I use Scholarship, okay. Scholarship, okay, is about, okay, how many? Normally, I will subscribe for like 3 months, 120 ringgit for 3 months. And it can be used like 2 or 3 users, okay, under the one account. So it's not that expensive, okay. I know you can get it from Shopee, but the problem is that when you purchase from Shopee, you will be together with people who are unknown to you. That's why, okay, I noted my RA, okay, she bought it from Shopee. And then when I look at her scholarship, then I said, what is this? They said, oh, because this is a cheap one. So everybody had leave a message saying that, please do not delete. This is Lily's scholars, Lily's library. This is Amina's library. This is Sheila's library. But I think from Shopee it's only about RM7. Okay. So if you get together with 2 or 3 of your friends, then you subscribe for scholarship. Not subscribe at the beginning when you do literature search. When you do literature search, it's because you need to run through it. Then new, and neither do I get animation, but I'm sharing with you because you cannot just say do the job. Scholars uses artificial. You just download the articles, just put in it on the say if you're doing page, but for you to read 100 articles within a short time to save to paste, you need to sieve your materials. So how do you sieve it? By going through scholars. So when you maybe out of 100 you go through, then you have to read it on your own. It's not policy. And I share with attention to brand. She's in the kuliah FBEA, and she had to do the second last semester. Now she's in her last semester. She was I taught her how to scholar. See, during the vacation, she used proposal. There was only 16 students. So when she presented her supervisors and had to redo their proposal. And after thank me for sharing with her how to use scholarship. And when she completed her FYP, her supervisor encouraged her to publish. Remember, a undergrad student, and she published into 3 journals. And she recently won a gold medal for innovation competition. So that is not and all in a way thanks to scholarship for making her life easier. So this is the shortcut that we are looking to. We are not looking in the shortcut of asking people to do for you. Now, when it's a grammar, second or third language, therefore, please use Grammarly. And Grammarly, if you do not want to pay for Grammarly Premium, it is sufficient for you to use the freely available Grammarly. And you will find where it's very helpful. And I forgot to mention, okay, there is another one. Quillbot. Okay, I'll put it here just in case. I think the young ones will know this, but the not so young ones, maybe they are not familiar. Okay, let me write for you. Then I will. Okay. Okay. Are you all okay? I might spell wrong the okay. Quillbot per se. You still need to go through it, and you need to use your skills. Okay, what is appropriate? Okay, but I noted that when you use Quillbot, the degree of similarity in turning in will be lesser. Okay, and then for data analysis, okay, since I am qualitative person, I am not in the position to talk on the on the software for quantitative. Okay, but all I know is how to mention. Cakap saya tahu SPSS. Maybe sekarang ni PLS ke. I tak tahu, I tahu sebut saja. But for the qualitative, you can choose either, if you Atlas TI or NVivo. Okay, so but it's very expensive. Okay, so for Atlas TI, it is roughly about 3,000, but that is for lifetime. Okay, but for NVivo, it's about 5,000. But Atlas TI, okay, they have a version for student. If I'm not mistaken, for 2 years, will cost you 200 something. Okay, less than 300. Okay, so nowadays there are many trainings, okay, on how to use Atlas TI and NVivo, so it will make your data presentation more convincing and so forth. Okay, but maybe for some of us, okay, who are not familiar with this, they prefer to use a reliable tools that have been used since forever. That is Excel. Okay, so we use Excel only. So it does not matter. Okay, just use anything that you are comfortable with, and of course to detect similarity. Okay, I was informed by the library that students only. That is why my undergrad students have a problem into getting to the turning in, so they have to wait until someone leave, or someone leave the in, meaning that unregistered from the in, only then they can register themselves. Okay, so that is beyond our control. Okay, so but perhaps postgraduate, the CPS, the Center for Postgraduate Studies, perhaps they have the thing in to cater the masters and PhD students. Okay, so you may bring it forward and suggest to Dr. Arif if you need to. Okay, now these are the problems that I normally encounter. Okay, the students, normally when you first register, you do not know what to write, you do not know the topic, and you just simply, you do not do your further research. You do not, actually, I don't know what to write, and then the supervisor suggested, this topic, and maybe the student did not really like that topic, but because it is suggested by the supervisor, so the student gave in. So in my opinion, that is not good, because if you do not have interest in that topic, so you will find trouble in completing. Okay, but when it comes to completion, there are other factors as well. There are a lot of factors. Okay, so the gap in the study. So how do you know? Okay, because you have to read and read and read. Okay, so and also, of course, with the use of the scholarship and so forth. And another thing that I noted is that, okay, the master's or PhD level, it is no longer like undergraduate, okay? But year in and year out, I noted that, sorry to say, that there is a decline in the standard of our postgraduate students, okay, whereby you just not sort like behaving like undergrad students, whereby let's say in your essay or in your proposal defense, okay, when it comes to literature review, you just say, let's say now you are referring to 5 articles, so you just say that article A comments on this, article B says this, article C says this, article and so on, and article number 5 could recommend this. So that is not what a master or PhD student should do. You should synthesize. So how do you synthesize? The word sounds bombastic, isn't it? So, okay, for the Malaysian students, okay, synthesize is akin, similar to membawang. How do you membawang your thesis? Now, let's say I give you a, that is how you synthesize. It is not merely by stating article A this, article B this, article says this. Then what is your opinion? You are at master's and PhD level. We want to see your opinion after reading all those materials. Okay. Let me just give you an example. Okay. Again, I'm not bragging. Please. I'm not bragging. I'm just sharing. Okay. Okay. Let's say in my area. Okay. So I'm doing my PhD in safety and health. Okay. So I quoted articles. Okay. Of course, from overseas and from Malaysia. But of course, when it comes to safety and health, there are not many literature from legal background. Okay. So now now I refer to let's say Laxman. Okay, Laxman, she did a research in manufacturing in Johor Bahru. Okay, my research is in SME manufacturing in Sabah. Okay, but when I read Laxman's article, she was doing something on manufacturing, but she did not say anything about SEMA. She did not say anything about USH. She did not say anything about Nadaport. She did not say anything about class. Okay, you don't have to know this. These are the abbreviation for the regulations used in manufacturing. So that is where I come in. I said that, in Laxman's study, blah, 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 blah. However, there is a shortcoming in Laxman's study whereby Laxman did not even discuss on the application of class or use regulations, whereby class and use regulations are very pertinent in manufacturing. Okay, I hope it makes sense to you. Okay, so and then another thing is that, I'll just give you another example. So when I go through, is there anybody from DOSH here or from NIOSH, from SOCSO, or is there anybody doing safety and health here? Then you might be able to understand what I'm trying to say. So when because I'm doing social legal, yes, social legal study, whereby I use the legal doctrinal, apply it. How do I reflect with the regulations? How do I compare with the regulations? So when I look at Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994, Act 514, and I was always wondering why there was no director. Why I've never came across a director being sent to prison for any non-compliance of OSHA. They will always be compounded in terms of monetary form. And the highest, okay, it is the highest so far because it is going through the amendment. Okay, it's now going through amendment. Okay, so far because it's not been gazetted yet. Okay, at the moment the highest penalty is only 50K. So culprit lies in section 6. Okay, in section 252 and 56. Okay, because in that section, in section 56, it clearly says that if the body corporate is found guilty, but they cannot be sent to prison. Of course, the body corporate cannot be sent to prison, but the director can be sent. So the director is an alter ego of the company. Okay, so I think was it before COVID? Okay, the director of research, for DOSH, asked me, requested me to see him, and we had discussion on this. This was before amendment, yeah. This was before amendment was made. Okay, so I told him about the culprit, so that is the novelty of my research. Okay, that we have to do away section 56 because we have to send a lesson that the directors should be sent to prison instead of just being compounded with monetary form. And to my surprise, the director of DOSH, who used to be the director of DOSH Sabah, and at that particular time when I met him he is the director of DOSH of research, for the whole Malaysia. And then he was so shocked to hear that I had to explain to him, what does it mean by body corporate? And I had to explain to him, about separate legal entity, about the doctrine of attribution. I had to explain to him that the company it is incorporated, the company is an artificial legal person. So the directors should be sent to prison as what happening in the UK. So,
excuse me, Pan Sarija.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Pan Sarija. You have 5 more minutes to go.
Okay. So because of that, section 56 is done away. Okay, in the amendment. So that is our contribution, which is not in the form of money. Okay. So now, in terms, I'm not going to detail. It's just that there are two views. Okay. This is based on the case of Hand versus Mashad. Okay, this is US case. Okay, so it is not binding upon us. So don't worry. Okay, so it says here that it says that university shall have the inherent authority to revoke an improperly awarded degree. Okay, so and the second point of view is that between the students and the university, it is based on law of contract. So meaning that the degree was awarded only upon the fulfillment of certain requirements. And academic dishonesty is not one of the terms. Okay. So now, where are you now? Are you in the app? And it is important for you to have the support from your family, from your friends, employers, colleagues. Inform your employer that you are doing your PhD. Ask them to consider that not to send you outstation often and so forth. Okay, and DSG. Okay, the doctoral support group. Okay, and think of the contribution that you are about to make, and also the rewards awaiting you upon the completion of your journey. Okay, and with that, it's not only that I am reminding you, I am also reminding myself not to give up. Okay, so life has to go on. Okay, now my last word is that what happened in Oxford, university, I think 3 or 4 years ago, these students from China went for his Viva. But before the Viva, the supervisor, the day before the Viva, he met the supervisor. The supervisor said, it seemed that the panel are not really, the views from the panel is not very convincing. This boy committed suicide, but actually he passed. Even though it's not that convincing, but the recommendation that he should be given a pass. But see, because of his hastiness, he committed suicide. And what a waste of all those years, and think of the family. So despite the fact that you have to make an effort, it was a long climb to the top of the hill, but the view from the top was worth it. You can ask Dr. Burhan, you can ask Dr. Juliana, Dr. Arif, and all of them will share the same view. Okay, with that, I thank you. I hope that it makes sense to you with what I'm sharing. Okay, so thank you. Okay, thank you, Dr. Juliana, and thank you, students. Okay.
Thank you so much, Madam Sareja, for the insightful and very encouraging speech. And I do believe all the students has gained something out of it. Yeah, thank you so much, Ms. Sareja, for your time to spend with us for this colloquium and sharing with the students.
Okay, now I'm going to unshare. Okay.
At our parallel sessions 2 at 2 in the afternoon, right? Please refer to the link posted in the chat box for today's parallel session and the program books for further information. All students and supervisors are requested to be in your session according to the parallel schedule. Audience are welcome to attend any sessions that come to your interest. Thank you everyone for joining the opening sessions for today. We are glad everyone could spend your time, be with us this morning, and we hope to see you guys in the parallel sessions in 5 minutes times. Thank you so much.